I have a story here about speaking of mispronunciations. There is a graduation that took place. All these college graduations are going on. I don't know if you've seen any of the goofiness that's been going on with these.
Oh God, I saw
And
them losers at Duke walk out because Jerry Seinfeld was up there.
yeah, I saw there were people at Columbia, I think it was Columbia, maybe it wasn't Columbia. Their graduation might have gotten canceled, but one of the schools there were people walking down the thing with zip ties on their hands, and then when they'd get their diploma, they'd rip their diploma. So that's been going on. This actually has nothing to do with that. This is actually pretty funny. There's a school called Thomas Jefferson University, and I think this is their medical college. They're doing a graduation for. Now, for some reason, when I do weddings, I have my customers, when it comes to their names, I have them actually give me the write out a phonetic pronunciation. Doesn't have to be perfect, but is it Mila Kunis or Mila Kunis? So when you write out the name, just write MELA or MYLA or whatever. And that'll give me and that's really just so I have an idea of how to say the name of somebody when I get them all lined up. Because when I get them lined up, I don't want to completely fuck up their names, because then all 15 people in the bridal party go, "Oh my God, it's Mila, not Mila." Ugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I try to stay out ahead of it, get it right when I meet them, but I'm going to make sure I get it right anyway. So I go down the line with all my customers and all the different bridal party members, and I literally say, "Okay, Mila Kunis." And if she goes, "No, it's actually Mila," I would go, "Okay, all right, shit. Let me cross it out and write it down a way that way I get it right." Because
absolutely.
when you're introducing somebody on a microphone, you literally have one job: get their fucking name right. Get the fucking name right. It's not like, and I look at it too, like, how many times in your life do you get announced on a microphone? Not many.
Very rarely.
Yeah, it's not a common thing. So when the person does it, you'd like for them to get it right. So I take great pride in that. And apparently, the person that was doing the introductions for the graduation ceremony didn't get the memo about that like I did. So this is a little montage of some of the pronunciations, or should say mispronunciations, from the Thomas Jefferson University Sidney Kimmel Medical College graduation.
Victoria Lee Zubath-Ross, Jessica Lynn Bower, Alisuna Cole Bishop, Allison Kerr Campbell, Tamulme Thomas.
So there's a whole bunch of them.
I don't even understand how this is happening.
Somehow
just, reading it phonetic, however they have it spelled, and she's reading it verbatim instead of phonetically.
No, yeah, it's
with
like
the extra breaks and the syllables, and
I have
each syllable.
Somebody wrote these out for her phonetically, is what she said, and they actually apologized since. I can't remember. I thought I had their. I do have it actually. Here is their.
Then again, has this person that's reading these names never read the English language before and can't put one and one together to make a simple two?
Now, I caught a little accent there. I don't know if you did. And I have a feeling that it might be somebody who's not really familiar with American names, maybe. Because how do you fuck up Thomas when you work for Thomas Jefferson University? How the fuck do you get that name wrong?
Job with your family answering phones for a couple of weeks. Get some practice.
Idiots. They did reply back. They said the leadership, I'm not going to read that whole thing, but basically it's just their big apology saying we're stupid. And that's it. It's a bunch of bullshit. Who gives a shit? But yeah, that's their apology because they had to save face. But as funny as that was, it reminded me, and I know it's not a mispronunciation video, but it reminded me of one of my favorite videos of all time. And you guys know me, I'm not a huge internet video guy. I don't really watch a lot of little internet videos. I don't really care about internet videos that much, but there are a few, like Back It Up Terry. It really jumps out at me. Like, I love that one. This is another one. Now, it didn't happen on the internet, but it went viral on the internet. It happened on the news. Do you remember Asiana Flight 214?
Yeah, I love that clip, dude.
Yes, it's worth it every single time. Any reason to play this clip is worth it. Now, if you guys don't remember Asiana Flight 214, sadly, there was a plane crash. I believe a bunch of people died in it. So that's all tragic.
We too low.
Somebody called in to a news station to report the actual names of the pilots of Asiana Flight 214. Here they are.
Names of the 4 pilots who were on board the flight. They are Captain Sum Ting Wong, Wee Tu Lo, Ho Lee Fook, and Bang Ding Ao.
One of the greatest fucking news pranks ever of all time. It might be the best. I mean, they got the girl fired for reading it out. The girl actually got fired for reading that. Yeah. Maybe, was it her or the news director? I can't remember who got.
With the Ron Burgundy defense, I just can't help it. I have to read what's on the prompter.
The KTVU news producer was fired for allowing that news report on air. So the news director was. So the news director, the person who's really supposed to catch any weird things like that, fucking completely blew it and let their. I mean, how do you not, after the first one, and here's, again, just look at the picture. How after the first one do you not fucking catch on? Captain Something Wong. I mean, you could just hear it when you Something Wong. Like, a fucking kind of idiot gets that fucking wrong. Or doesn't realize, oh, you know what? It looks as though KTVU here, we've been pranked by somebody. We're very sorry for this, blah, blah, blah. No, she just fucking rolls with it. Bang, ding, out.
Dude, you know the person making that graphic, typing those names, and was like, this isn't real. Like, that had to go through so many different layers and so many different editors to be able to get through there. Not only is it, the teleprompter people, but it's the graphic people for the way it looks up on the thing. You put a captain in front of all 4 of their names.
Somebody had to type that in. Type those letters in. And then, like, while they're typing it, didn't go, holy fuck. Like, just as, like, you doing it yourself, you just see it. It goes, wow, this guy's name was holy fuck. And then some nerd sitting next to him, some Asian nerd, going, I believe it's pronounced Fook. Because he's just like half listening or something, and this fucking anyway. So, anyway, I know it had nothing to do with mispronunciations, but goddamn, it made me think of that clip, and I said any excuse to play that fucking clip, I'm going to use. But speaking of plane crashes, I do have actually a story about a plane crash. You remember Malaysia flight MH370, Mikey? Yeah, everybody remembers that. What's that?
I said the disappearing plane.
Yes, everybody remembers this, right?
Yeah.
It's nobody ever knew what happened to it. It flew from, I can't remember, it was going from Malaysia, MH370 flight path. Took off from Kuala Lumpur and on a direct path to Igari, which is in the South China Sea between Malaysia and Vietnam. The aircraft signal was last detected on secondary surveillance radar in the South China Sea and Gulf of Thailand, and the search for the plane began in those areas. So it went down, they lost it, and they've been looking for this plane ever since. Now,
we're talking 15 years ago, right? 20 years ago this was?
This was March 8th, 2014, so 10 years. Wait. Yeah, 10 years ago.
13 years ago.
Yeah. Wait, what? 2014?
14 years ago. Oh, you said 2010?
No, 2014.
Oh, 10 years ago.
That's okay. It's okay. Good quick math. Anyway, there is a podcast that has come out. It's called there's this guy named Ashton Forbes who has been following the crash of MH370. And it's very confusing as far as, I didn't have time to listen to the whole interview. He did an audio He did a video with this thing called Audio Crake.
It's another dumb show.
There we go. What's happening? Welcome to another dumb show. I'm another dumb show host. Thank you for joining me on issue number, what are we on, 209? So good to have you guys here with me this evening. You know how good it feels to have you guys streaming on my tube. It feels so good. It feels so right having you guys here with me. So thank you. I appreciate you. If you've not already hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, take your thumb out of your ass, hit that thumbs up, put it back in your ear. Then you probably should clean off your phone because it's probably going to be pretty gross at that point. You can always download the show as an audio-only podcast through YouTube Music. If you don't want to look at my beautiful tan face, you can just download the show and listen to it. And of course, you can always follow the show on X, Instagram, at Another Dumb Show. Super League of Dummies, that's all of the people, well, they're not all Super League members. That's just the League of Dummies, everybody in our chat over there. That's what we call our live chat here. Jerry was officially first in there using the first emoji, but I do see Ben in there. It was quick. He was technical first, but we go with the first emoji here. So good job to Jerry for using the first emoji. Of course, you can always call the show. If you're not interested in talking in our live chat, I pay for these damn phones, so I love if you guys would call in. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. That's the number to call into the show. And don't forget, you can always support Another Dumb Show through your super fan donations through the live chat. And you can always put those in too if you're not listening live or watching live, if you're just watching it back on a replay or, just catching it after the fact, after we shut down. You are able to still get in your super fan donations to your comments. So you can get those in there. And of course, we love having members because that's how we keep the show rolling. So if you would like to become a member and help support Another Dumb Show, it's pretty cheap. It's $1.99, $2.99, or $9.99. 3 different options you can help support the show with. So just go to the Another Dumb Show homepage, click join, and I will be very grateful to you for doing so because it'll help keep this show up and running because, hey, man, it ain't cheap. So I do see we have here with me this evening, my main man is in the house. What's up, bro? How are you?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good. It's a little fuzzy.
I get a weird echo, like I can hear myself coming through your monitor at your place.
It should be fixed now. I just realized I forgot to turn down my my monitor that I listen to, my speaker monitor. So yes, that was me at this point. So I meant to do that.
The headphones that hadn't been working, that the cheap pair that I bought like 3 months ago, I thought the cat's destroyed, and I used it to poke out a pipe and everything like that. I decided to try them again tonight because there's other ones you keep hearing that like clicking noise.
Yeah.
So I decided to just throw these ones back on tonight. So obviously they're working.
They sound great.
Sweet.
Yeah, good to have you, man. How was your weekend?
Everything's going good, man.
That's
just
great.
A relaxing weekend. I got a wild little medical problem.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh boy, you want to hold on to it? Well, let's save that. Actually, that's good because it'll go with something I got to talk about later on. So we'll talk about that.
I just a PSA for everybody. Listen to the DARE program when you're kids, y'all.
Oh boy. All right. Oh, that should be good then. Okay, cool. I can't wait to hear this story. I have lots to talk about, Mikey. It's been a crazy
There's
weekend.
Been a ton of stuff going on. Good podcasts, good fights, fucking
all kinds of stuff.
Wild game 7s in basketball.
Yes. In fact, I actually only have a little bit of that to talk about, but I do have that to talk about.
All we got to talk about is the Wolves for 30 seconds.
How about them Timberwolves? I'll give you that. I loved watching Anthony Edwards wave to the crowd as he won the game the other day for the Timberwolves. It was pretty impressive.
I hadn't watched the Wolves win a game that entire series.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch the first 2 games when they won in Denver. I watched both games in Minnesota that they lost. And last night I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this game. I'm not a jinx. I watched it till halftime when they were down 15. I turned it off with 8 minutes left in the third when they were down 20.
Yeah.
And then my buddy texted me and I turned it back on and I was like, okay, I guess maybe we'll win
back.
if I'm watching. And yeah, so
that's awesome. So
thank
yeah,
God I'm not the jinx.
Sorry, pardon me. My nose is running. My allergies are going crazy today. Sorry. I have an old T-shirt just laying here. Anyway, yeah, they're fun to watch. They're a fun team to watch. I did see. It's funny. I was complaining the other day about Carl Anthony Thompson or Towns, right?
Carl Anthony Towns, the biggest baby big man in the entire world.
He made some big man plays though at the end of that game. I got to give him credit. He's backing people down, getting dunks on a rebound.
He did really well. He handcuffed Jokic down to 40% shooting. He did what he was supposed to do.
It was entertaining. I like your Timberwolves team. So they're.
But I'm not excited. I'm not looking forward to it. It's Dallas Mavericks. They're really good with Luka and Kyrie. And my buddy was like, "This is it. We're gonna go to the finals." And I was like, "Bro, you got to understand. This is like the Minneapolis Miracle all over again. We blew our load. We acted like we won the finals last night. We're waving to the crowd like it's the fucking biggest thing in the world. And now we'll get swept by Luka and fucking Kyrie."
I don't know. You guys got a good. I mean, so will it be Luka and Anthony Edwards facing off, or will it be Kyrie and Anthony facing off?
It'll be Kyrie and Anthony, and then it'll be probably Jaden McDaniels or Mike Conley on Luka.
Well, that'll be a really cool.
I'd imagine Jaden McDaniels because that guy is so long and lengthy. And Anthony Edwards in his post-game interview, the last thing he said last night walking off the court was, "I can't wait. It's me on Kyrie. Can't wait to see what I can do against him."
That's going to be great. That'll be because Kyrie has arguably some of the best handles in the game. So to watch him go back, so does Anthony. So and Kyrie's great on defense, I think too. So I think it's going to be
best
awesome.
Point guard of a generation for Kyrie, man. Best point guard of a generation. I mean, even though the dude's been crazy and the anti-Semitic stuff and the flat earth stuff,
absolutely.
Now that he's back to basketball, he is lights out. I don't like the chemistry between him and Luka. I think Luka's too much of a ball hog and a baby bitch when he cries to the refs all the time.
I even liked Kyrie. I liked Kyrie when he played for the Cavs so much that even when B1 and I first started dating, when she was a dancer, Kyrie and his entourage came in and essentially just paid for a private room for her. And
no shit.
Yeah, and his cousin, apparently, I think it was his cousin, loved her and was dumped. I think she left home with over a couple grand that night, if I remember correctly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she had a real good night. And that was the night she told me that story. And all I could think about was Kyrie Irving, his giant hands just
wrapping all
around her ass. Yes. Yep. And I thought I remember it like it was yesterday. She was in the kitchen in the loft, because you remember the loft we were staying in at the time, the nice place. I was down in yeah, that place was great. I was down in front of the TV, fucking around. I think we were still watching DVDs at that point. There were DVDs that we were, yeah. And
I got a funny story about the fucking loft as soon as you finish this.
Okay, well, at that point, I remember her telling me that story, and I remember looking at the DVD and putting it down, and then looking at her and going, if you don't want to be a dancer, it's not the turn on as to why I'm with you. So it's not like a big deal to me if you don't want to be a dancer. Quit dancing the next day. Literally, then I think it was literally the next day she stopped doing it. So
because you had like just started dating her, like very that was very fresh and new.
Less
and
than
I
a month.
hadn't like seen her or heard much about her, and I just remember it was on either a wall or a window, and there was butt cheek marks, and you were like, "Those are her butt cheek marks."
Yeah, we had these awesome in this. I got this loft when I got divorced. This Russian millionaire let me stay in this loft that was like,
it was
a couple
so
grand,
fucking tight, dude.
Yeah, it's like a couple grand a month, but he was letting me stay there like really, really cheap, and so. It was this beautiful downtown loft with these big, huge picture windows overlooking the city. And yeah, we banged up against that window. It was one of the coolest things ever. It was awesome. So, but anyway, so yeah, that was my experience in that loft. I don't even know how we got to that. Kyrie, but yeah, no, back with
You're
Kyrie.
talking about Kyrie and the dancing and everything.
Loved Kyrie even after all of that. Loved him when he got us the championship in 2016. He was the man, and then he went nuts, and him and LeBron started heading off. It just was crazy.
He became crazy for a few years.
Yeah, the flat Earth and all that stuff. So
yeah. So how was your weekend? I talked to you a little bit on Friday, and we weren't going to do a show. You were stressing out because the event. Like,
yeah,
how did it all go?
At a wedding on Saturday, and it was, for some reason, I thought I had a more of extensive setup than I did. The venue is it's a really old venue in downtown Akron, and for some reason, I thought getting in was going to loading in, like unloading my car and then loading it into the place, was going to take longer than it did.
Like parking wise and travel wise, or literally where it is.
Well, it's a long drive. I mean, it's a half hour, 40-minute drive, and then once you get there,
just like from where you park to have to like load it in, because I know sometimes you say like you have to push the cart up a hill, and
that's what I had to do today. I had to park. Oh. I had to park on a hill, so I'm loading everything, trying to keep it from rolling while I'm loading it.
Yeah.
Then I got to roll it up a ramp inside, down through this long hallway, into an elevator, up a couple floors, down another hallway, into this ballroom. Damn. So it's a long load in. And so I was just
How many trips does it take?
Three trips.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff.
Sweating your ass off before the event starts. Just setting up there.
Well, I have a specific outfit that I wear usually for all my weddings, but my black shirt that I wear ripped. And so I had to wear this backup shirt, and I have to wear.
Getting too big.
No, it's just old. I just worn it. I
wear
it.
Too many Pop-Tarts.
Wear it to every event. Actually, no, I've lost weight. I'm down under 200. I don't know what happened. I lost like 12 pounds out of nowhere.
I'm fucking 233 right now.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm 198. I don't know what's going on with me.
Fuck you.
I think I'm just broke and not eating Uber Eats.
I was gonna say you're losing weight because the depression and shit.
That could be part of it too. So, but anyway,
the good news is you're not depressed eating. Normally, it's the opposite way, and you gorge.
That's true. I have not been. I've been drinking more, but that's I got my beers. But
diet.
Anyway, so yeah, it was just a lot of anxiety about the event and the load in, and I ended up I kind of squashed it all by just taking Friday night off and focusing on getting all the music and everything prepared for the event. Because like, if I do it on a Thursday, it's not as fresh in my mind on a Saturday event. If I do it Friday night, it's all there. Like I don't even need to look at my sheet practically. I remember what all the songs are, what the order, everything. So I just kind of focused on that, which was good because I needed to do that because it just made sure that the event was going to go great. I got there extra early. Isn't that what you
got the beta blockers for though, to help with those situations? Did you take them? Did it help?
Here's the thing though. She told me that to take them for stage fright, which that's only the reason I got them is because I get like stage fright before events, which is kind of tied into just worrying about equipment and all that kind of stuff. But if I haven't taken it outside of before an event. So I guess that probably would be a good idea to try to take that on
they're non-habit forming. It's a non-controlled substance. It's not like you're going to take them and start getting hooked and start, sniffing them or whatever. But, when you're feeling that anxiety or whatnot, if you're supposed to take a whole one or whatever, chop one in half and see if it takes the edge off.
Try that. Yeah, maybe it's because you know what? They do work. I took one before the event because I never have a problem in any of my events once I'm there and set up. It's gone usually. But the 2 hours before I leave the house, I'm like,
on edge, sweat through your clothes.
Yeah, just because I'm just constantly thinking about what could go wrong. But once I take one of those pills, it doesn't make me woozy or nothing like that. It just all of a sudden I just forget.
It plateaus everything. You just calm down.
Literally forget. I just forget that there's anything wrong with me. Like I'll be all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm not shaking and I'm fine. So
I thought about texting you about the beta blockers on Friday night, but I thought I was like, maybe I shouldn't text him about that and tell him what to do.
You did. I just was like, I don't know. I was just weird about taking it. I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is.
Sometimes us as depressive anxiety people just like to sit in the discomfort for some reason. We're like, oh, this is where we should be.
Yeah, no. I think mine was also just forgot about it, and then I think by the time you and I were talking, I was already like, you know what I mean? I'm through it. I'm already kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Kind of leveled out already. The peak of it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, and once I do what I need to do, and it's not like it's a procrastination thing. It's just literally, I like to wait towards the last minute so it stays fresh in my head. But that also causes
it's like
anxiety
cramming before a test. I'm not studying for a test on Wednesday for one that I got on Friday morning. That's just stupid.
Well, no, I have studied it. I've looked at it all, and I've created the itineraries over the past month and everything. So that's all been done. It's just literally when I sit down to put download music, put it in order in my computer, and that takes actual physical time and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, so
Gotcha.
That was my weekend, anxiety ridden on Friday. Saturday, awesome event, killed my event. And then Sunday, went to my son's baseball game, and it was awesome. It was hot as balls. Hot as balls, but
dying, dude. It's fucking 80 degrees up here. Fuck, dude. I'm not used to it going from like nice weather up to the 80s. Tomorrow it's gonna be like 83. It's gonna be 90 here on Wednesday.
87 was what I saw today when I finally stopped driving. I was when I DoorDash, I don't turn my air conditioning on, obviously, because I don't want to use as much gas while I'm driving. So by the time I stopped today, I realized I needed to stop because I was actually starting to sweat through my shirt. So keep me going to restaurants.
I'm an AC on high with the windows down type of guy.
I am too, but I'm trying to save gas and just be, prudent with that as I'm driving, because it really does make a huge difference. Because I actually left it on by accident at one point, and I was watching, where the fuck did my gas go? And then I looked down.
Watch it go from 33 miles a gallon down to 27 real quick.
Yep. I literally watched the tank kind of I felt like I was watching it go down. So
speaking of money and wasting money, dude, I downloaded the McDonald's app, and that was a big mistake, dude. It's so much cheaper. It's so much cheaper to pre-order. There's always so many deals. Fuck my life, dude.
Last night I was on the fence about, because I'm kind of tight on cash right now. I basically just have a bunch of crappy frozen food to eat, and I was like, all right, I got enough where I got bills due, but if I want to order food, I probably could get away with it. So I downloaded the Burger King app because I saw commercials for these new Philly things they have that look so good, and they have these wraps. And so I started looking through the app and everything, and then I'm digging through it, and then finally just fuck it, dude, just get up and make something. You're being so fucking lazy. So then I got up and ate the shittiest food ever. I ate 3 breakfast sandwiches and a half a pound of buttered noodles. So it was
dude, I ended up, dude. And by the way, dude, that app, you can customize everything. I finally figured, dude, I had a McGriddle. I hate McDonald's scrambled egg, so get rid of the scrambled egg and throw one of the round eggs from a McMuffin on there. Fucking game changer of a sandwich. Dude, I got hot cakes. Oh, dude.
That's awesome. Good for you. Well, you can't go wrong with good McDonald's anything, especially the breakfast. They're just so good. That's one of the hardest part when I'm out door dashing is especially at the breakfast. Especially at the breakfast, man. Those McDonald's breakfasts, man. It's just
But I did save myself a ton of money. I did not realize their extensive McCafe menu.
Yeah.
And when you're ordering a large iced coffee, you can add shots and you can customize it exactly like Starbucks. So I started getting their French vanilla iced coffee with 2 shots, and it went from a $10.83 drink from Starbucks down to a $3.47 drink from McDonald's. So I'm saving $8 a day.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, my Nespresso has saved me so much money. You got to text me that website. I need to get one. Best investment. I don't know if it might just be local, to be honest with you. I don't know. I feel like it might only be local.
I got a VPN.
Oh, yeah, I can just go pick it up for you. That's cool. You just send me the receipt and I can go pick it up for you. I didn't even think about that. Oh, yeah. Duh. All right. Well, speaking of people going to pick things up, the Iranian president was in a helicopter on his way to somewhere, and I don't know what they were going to pick up or what they were actually doing. I just used that as a shitty segue. But
Kobe.
What's his name? His name was Ibrahim Raisi. He was the president of Iran, which I guess is different than the supreme leader of Iran. I didn't realize that this was two different things.
That was a democracy over there.
Yeah, right. No, there's a supreme leader. Apparently, there's above the president who handles all of he's the commander in chief, makes all the final decisions on everything.
The president and like 7 like high leaders, wasn't it?
Let's see if it mentions here in the news story who else was.
Wasn't there just some beef between Iran and Palestine? Didn't they just start beefing within the last like 2 weeks?
Yes.
And writing and shooting some missiles off and shit. So
yes, they went back and forth. I think Iran had shot off missiles at Israel at one point, and not many of them. I think 3 out of 300 made it through. Yeah, and then Israel
there ain't no way
fired back.
This was an accident.
Well,
especially for the way like the news reported it, and first they said that they took a hard landing and everybody was okay, and then the news story changes so much in like 15 minutes. Like they knew what the fuck was going on.
It did change. I did find that weird because I think, did it happen? When did that happen? Is it Saturday that happened? Did I see? I think I might have seen that when I was at work. Anyway, it was, you mentioned the news. The reason I even bring this up, because I'll be honest with you, I don't really care about the Iranian president or the fact that, I mean, there might be a small conspiracy behind it, not conspiracy, but if Israel did take it out, they're not going to admit it. They're not
make the whole place a parking lot.
But between Mikey, we joke around. I joke around about the world rotating around me. My parents used to always say that, and it doesn't revolve around me, but I tend to feel like it does at times because in the recap we just played the Asiana Flight 214 thing. Well, it happened again in the Iranian presidential helicopter crash. A French newscaster on, let's see where it is. Anyway, some French TV station was duped by an internet meme claiming that they knew who the pilot was who died. So here is, it's in French, but if you read the, hold on one sec. If you read there's captions there, you can actually understand what they're saying in English there. So this is great. Watch this. Where is the button?
Puis le Hamas aussi apparemment a réagi.
Oui, alors le Hamas réagit il y a quelques instants, ou en tout cas peut-être pas le Hamas de manière officielle, s'il peut réagir.
Maybe I should read it in case people aren't watching. All right. Hamas too apparently reacted.
Oui, alors le...
Oh, that's so loud. Hamas reacted a few moments ago, at least maybe not Hamas. In an official way, if they can react in an official way. In any case, a Hamas group speaking on the Telegram claims that the helicopter pilot was a Mossad agent. Now, Mossad that's the Israeli like CIA.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
De l'hélicoptère serait un agent du Mossad. Il donne même son nom.
They even provided the name of the Mossad agent. Helicopter. We'll play it one more time so we can hear him say
Il
it.
donne même son nom, hélicoptère.
Helicopter. And
God
this one,
damn, dude, this is 2024. Come on now.
I love it. And they got it from an online meme. Somebody had posted
from
something.
Telegram. You're getting news from Telegram. That's like saying I got my news from fucking 4chan.
Meme, what was it for? Iran president Mossad.
Just put in meme helicopter.
I'm trying to find, there's actual pictures of it. Oh yeah, meme helicopter. That's a good one. Duh. I'm glad you know how to Google.
I'm a good Googler.
Yeah. Oh, where'd it go? I just saw it. It was yes, I'm over 18. So here it is, and I guess it really doesn't matter because you'd have to be. Why won't this open a new tab? Anyway, it's on Reddit. This was the message that they got duped by. It's in Arabic or Farsi or whatever the hell they speak over there.
Oh yeah, I can read that.
Yeah. But that was what duped the French TV station that did that. So, helicopter, very good. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty funny that we brought that up the other day, and then even the news story that I was reading about mentions the Asiana to the New York Post article.
Yeah, how do they not mention that?
You're right. So, pretty interesting coincidence. So, all right, Mikey. Now, the other day we talked about a little game I want to play, and I think we mentioned
You've been putting it off for like a week.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it on the air that I was reluctant about doing it because of what it is. And I think, did we talk about this on air or was it off air when we talked
You
about
mentioned it a little bit, and I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
Okay. So what this game is it's an AI, so artificial intelligence death calculator that will predict when you die in an extremely
I definitely want to know when I'm going to die.
accurate way. Yeah. So I think we're going to do that, but I wonder if people think we should do that because I'm reluctant about doing that. So 844-HIT-THUMB, 844-448-3862. Should we do the AI death calculator? Is it a bad thing or a good thing?
Do you want to know when Mikey's going to die or what?
But honest to God, do you think it's a good, would you want to know if you could like officially know the day you're going to die? Would you want to know that? Unless it was like tomorrow. Like that's obvious.
It all depends. Like if they tell me a date and then like I get like say like the date's in the back of my head for the rest of my life because obviously it would be, and then say the date is 20 years down the road, and then 10 years from now I get like a terminal diagnosis, and then for like 10 years I have to know exactly the date I'm going to die. That would really suck.
Okay, now that's a very good point. Like you know the day you're going to die, but if you don't know how you're going to die, that means you could end up with a horrible disease.
So does this give you details of how I'm going to die and where?
I don't know.
Like
I have not. It's the description in the news story was that's quote extremely accurate, whatever that means. So,
I mean, we can all guess Mikey's cause of death. Ha ha
ha. There's the easy joke that you're just getting it out there before everybody else does.
Lob it up for you, motherfuckers.
Excuse me.
God bless you.
Ooh, man, that was a good one. That was building up. Anyway, so yeah, well, let me know what you guys think. Should we do the AI death calculator? 844-HIT-THUMB. Mentioned death here, and I got a couple stories here that and Michael K says, would you rather know how you're going to die or when you're going to die?
Ooh,
I don't know. Probably how, because. Well, I don't know, because what if you die in a car accident? Then I'd be like, I'll never drive again. I'll never ride in a car again. I'll walk everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, unless that means I get hit by a car.
That's so tough. Like, what if it's like, fuck? Like, I don't want to know, like, if I'm going to end up with, like, dementia or Alzheimer's or lung cancer or nothing like that.
Yeah. What if
I don't want to know that's going to be, like, a long battle. Like, I don't know. I probably don't want to know at all, but for the show, fuck it. Let's find out.
What if you knew that you were going to die being poisoned by bleach? Would you want to know about that?
Yeah.
Why do I ask?
Yeah, why do you ask?
I have a story.
Are you being poisoned by bleach right now?
I have a story
do you need
about
to be concerned for your well-being?
Well,
blink twice if you're okay.
I live alone, so I'm good right now. But thankfully, I am not a guy named Roby Johnson. Roby Johnson is a guy who was in the Air Force. He was over in Germany. I think this was back in March of 2023. Roby was going through a divorce at the time with a woman named Melody Feliciano Johnson. That's her married name, so Melody Feliciano. They were living in Germany together, going through a divorce, but still living in a house together. Now, every night before Roby would go to bed, he would get his coffee all together. He would prep it up the night before. So just in the morning, you put the water in, you put the basket in, fill up the stuff. So in the morning, either you can just press the button or the timer turns on.
And auto drips. And you auto drip. Fresh
exactly
folders in your cup.
So it turns out that he would do that for a while, but his wife ended up taking over those duties. She said, "Hey, honey, I'll handle taking over the I'll do the coffee for you."
Oh, what a great woman.
Yeah. So over time, though, he started to notice that his coffee had a unique taste to it. It had a bit of a bleach flavor in it. Now, one would think that there would be the reverse situation. We did a story a couple weeks ago about men ejaculating into women's waters at their office or in their coffees and stuff like that. That's a bleach flavor. You could understand there.
More like chlorine, but yeah.
Yeah, chlorine. Well, the other way around, in this case.
I wouldn't know. I just heard.
Oh, I know what it tastes like. I'm a weirdo. I think I've told this story before. The first time I ever did it, I tasted it.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I tasted it too. Like
First
every
time.
guy denies that they did it. Like everyone looked at me funny when I was like in my 20s and I made a joke like, "Yo, everyone's tucked their wiener between their legs and looked to see what their mangina looks like." And everyone was like, "Hell no, you're gay." I was like, "You guys are all gay for being in the closet." But everyone, when you were a kid, tucked your weenie and looked in the mirror.
Speaking of that, my buddy Charlie, I don't know if you saw his Instagram post when him and his buddies went to the Buffalo Bill House in Pennsylvania from Silence of the Lambs. His buddy,
I didn't see it.
His buddy, I'll leave his name out of it, completely reenacted.
It's the same one that always gets crazy, I'd imagine.
No, not Glenn, different buddy.
Okay.
This dude completely reenacted the Buffalo Bill scene with his dick fucking tucked, singing, arms out. He has fucking arms out. I'll fuck me. You all fuck mouth. I'd fuck me. It was so fucking funny. I was dying. I mean, he sold out doing it. It was fucking hilarious. So, but anyway, going back to bleach, things being put in the bucket. This Melody, whatever her name is, the wife, Melody. Yeah, is that her name? Melody. Let me just pull up a quick video. After Roby was trying his coffee frequently and noticing that it didn't quite taste right, he thought to himself, well, we are going through a divorce right now. So,
I don't know why he's letting her make the coffee when they're splitting up anyways. That's kind of suspect anyways. Bitch, I hate you. I hate you too, asshole. I'll make your coffee in the morning.
yeah, here's what was going on with the coffee being made. Now you see her kind of in the corner there. There's the coffee. She goes, now what's under the sink for coffee? Nothing. Big ass jar of fucking bleach.
Oh,
yeah.
Yo, that's a big pour. That's a big pour.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
still pouring. Oh,
So
not
that's-
that much.
So that's like one of these.
enough.
This is my little espresso cup.
Capful.
Maybe a cup. Okay, well, it looks like she's going back for more. One cap full.
One cap full.
You know what? I really want him to die this time, so I'm just going to pour it. Oh, God, she's pouring it right in the water, too. So
Yo, that's a filthy bitch.
that's a filthy, filthy woman. Here, I got another shot of her.
Yeah,
So he
she
set
been
up a
listening to
camera.
Too many crime docs on podcasts, bro.
Oh, dude, hold on. We got plenty. I got a whole thing about all of that. But here is her again doing. Here's another video of her again. Oh, sorry, stupid, weird music. This one's actually, she's in a little towel, so it's kind of sexy, actually, even though,
Yo, she's looking around like she can hear him, too. Watch.
Just dump a little in there, a little in there.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yo, and that's bigger. That's bigger than a cap this time. That's a shot glass.
Yeah, that's like what I have here, one of my double espresso
Up
shots.
in her game. Went from a cap from the. Oh my god.
And here's him. He got a shot inside of it. Look how fuzzy and like. Oh, that's right. He ended up confirming, and I forgot, by doing a pool chlorine test to test to see if there was actually bleach in his coffee water. And he found out that she had been doing it. And you could see right here. Here's the strip. I don't know which color.
Duct tape that bitch to a chair and waterboard her with bleach.
Well, Mikey, this happened while they were living in Germany together.
Yeah.
He stayed cool. He would pretend that he would take his coffee and drink it every day, but wouldn't. Waited until they moved back to the United States, went to the police, gave them all the evidence of everything that happened. Slick move, as far as I'm concerned. It's great.
Calculated, not impulsive, not anger driven, like actually like a logical decision.
Oh, like literally, like
yeah.
you said, you'd pull her, you'd waterboard her. I Diddy her. I mean, like, so, and we'll talk about that in a little bit too. But
Oh, Jesus
anyway,
Christ.
so he gets back, files all these charges. She's arrested. She pleaded guilty in April to 2 charges of poisoning food or drink, admitting to putting the bleach in her husband's coffee pot on July 11th
Attempted
and July 18th. Well, this is where the story really starts to piss me off. If it wasn't bad enough as it fucking is, Mikey.
Don't do that.
Melody Feliciano Johnson was given probation for 3 years and no additional jail time, meaning
Our
that she's
justice
been
system
allowed.
is so fucking. He should have turned that bitch in Germany, dude. They would have fucking put her in a gas chamber.
Oof, that was okay. That's what they do over there. That was a good one. But I mean, how could they let this woman go? How could there's.
She's a
How is
menace
this
to
not-
society. That is not a mental breakdown. It's calculated. It's premeditated with one goal in mind: to kill the husband.
Yeah. What else would you be pouring bleach in there for? Not to poison him, to kill him. You're not just trying to make him sick. That's
And
such
she
bullshit.
admitted it. Like, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
understand.
Pled
Like,
guilty.
what the fuck is wrong with this justice system? Like, well, now you know if you ever want to poison a girl or anything like that and try to get away with it, and you get caught, you're only going to jail or you're only getting probation.
Yeah, it's crazy. And she's already bought a house in the Philippines, so she's going to end up going to the Philippines, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, with
They
half
won't even
his
be able
money
to-
from the military. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, this is the most fucked up, shady story I've ever heard. We're living in a world where just because you have a dick means that you can be murdered by a woman now, or attempted murder just because you have a dick. That's it. I mean, what other reason could there be
Well,
that this woman
same-
got off
same
other
way
than, or
there's,
maybe you
like,
could
no
kill some.
no charges against girls or anything for filing false allegations for rape claims and everything like
That
that. There's
happens.
nothing. You can't get in no trouble.
This is the second story, though. We've been doing this show. We've done 209 episodes now. And so that's 2 stories now out of 200. So that's 1%. Not a lot. But for what we're talking about here, this is 2 major cases where women, one, remember the story about the woman who smoked a bong hit and then stabbed a guy 107 times and got off? Remember that story?
Yeah, she was all cut up. She looked kind of
Yeah.
cute if she
Yeah,
wouldn't have been all cut up.
Yeah, she got off completely scot-free. I don't even know if she's on probation, to tell you the truth. Then this one happens. This girl tries to kill her husband and gets away with it. I just am. We are living in a world.
These bitches want equality. Go to jail like we do.
I hate to sound like an angry white guy, but it's these kind of stories are making me turn into an angry white guy. I mean, it seriously is like.
I'll send you some Andrew Tate links. You'll feel better.
No, I can't. That's too far for me. That's way too far for me. I subjected Mikey. We're gonna later on. We're gonna talk about Terrence Howard on Joe Rogan. I don't want to talk about it now, but there's so much to talk about with that. So, but next, I have another story that is, you probably have heard about this story before, maybe recently. It's been in the news for the past few weeks now. Are you familiar with Micah Miller? Do you know the story of Micah Miller? Micah Miller is a woman, I believe it was either in, she's from Myrtle Beach. On April 25th, on April 27th, Micah Miller, she was found dead in Robeson County. She's 30 years old. She was found dead in, hold on one sec. She was found dead in Robeson County, April 27th. Authorities said their investigations did not indicate there was any danger to the public when she was found dead. So no crazy person running around that killed her, which is your first indication that maybe, who knows what might have happened to her. It doesn't look like there's some crazy maniac running around. Okay. Well, then on April 28th, the next day, Micah Miller, who was murdered, she was actually taken, hold on one sec. She's married to a guy named JP. Now, JP is a pastor. Hold on one second. I just hit the wrong button and lost my video. Hold on one second. It's going to take a second for this thing to come back. No, don't do that. Okay. Why is this? Okay. Micah Miller, found dead on April 27th. She's married to this pastor named J.P. Miller, right? The day after she dies, he holds a sermon in his church, and this is what he says, Mikey.
We're not going to do an altar call today. Instead, I'm going to have you stand up, and I'm going to make an announcement. And after the announcement, I'm going to ask that you leave church quietly and don't talk about the announcement here in the building, please, if you can, so y'all can stand to your feet. Before I make the announcement, I also want to say that my request to you is that you will continue to come to church and serve and give for the next little bit. 'Cause I don't want to have. I'm taking a little bit of a break, and I don't want to have to worry about the church. My break may be a few days, a few weeks. I don't know. I got a call late last night. My wife has passed away, and it was self-induced, and it was up in North Carolina, and we're gonna have a funeral for her next Sunday here at 3 p.m. And so it's all I can. Yeah, I'm just kind of going on adrenaline right now. So y'all pray for me and my kids and everybody. And she wasn't. Y'all knew that she wasn't well mentally, and that she needed her medicine that was hard to get to her. And so I'm sure there'll be more details to come. But just keep our family in your prayers. And I'm going to let Pastor Randall, my bishop, he can pray. I get him a microphone. He'll pray out. And if you have anything you want to share as well, I appreciate it.
Okay. Now, weird, right? Weird that he would do that.
Just
Weird.
The preface of we all know she was mentally unwell and she didn't have her meds. Like,
Right.
that's
On the outside looking in, boy, this looks pretty weird. This is he made this announcement before the police had released any details as far as the fact had taken her life, her own life at least. There were no details about that. So he made that announcement on April 28th. Around May 5th, all sorts of tributes started coming in for her. And the internet and the news,
like GoFundMe's and shit like that. Or are you talking about just like posts?
Just tributes to her through her obituary sites and stuff like that. But slowly but surely, the internet started catching wind of this, and news stations like News Nation that I watch a lot. And this is one of the reasons why I've kept up with this story, because they talk about this story a lot. So again, this has been going on for over 2 weeks now since she passed away. Almost a month now since she died. Micah. And here's where it starts getting weird, Mikey. The police come out. They finally, I don't know if admit is the right word. They rule that she officially took her own life. The police say it. She took her own life. It was official. There's actually video of her going to buy a gun before it and everything. So it's quite clear that she took her own life. However, the internet will not let this go.
No, of course not.
Her family will not let it go. Now, Pastor John Paul Miller, by all accounts from what I've learned about him, is a scumbag.
Well, he's a pastor of a megachurch type deal.
Well, I don't know that it's a mega church. It's probably one of it's local mega church kind of deals. You know what I mean?
It's one of them preachy type of deals. Yeah,
sure. But this guy has done all kinds of weird stuff. He's 14 years older than her, which isn't weird because I'm that much older than Brittany. But I didn't meet her.
How long have they been together though?
Didn't meet her when she was 14.
Here you go. I knew there was some type of caveat there.
She had kind of she had actually claimed to the police. Did I mention that they were going through a divorce too? Did I mention that?
No, you did not mention that they were going through a divorce.
I left that out. That's an important detail. They were going through a divorce. Throughout this divorce, this guy basically decided, fuck it, I'm going to go out. I'm going to start flirting with chicks. A month before she died.
Very godlike.
Well, exactly. He's, by all accounts, he's a scumbag. He put GPS trackers on her car. He claims it was to keep track.
This dude, she killed herself, all right.
He claims it was to keep track of her because he was worried that she would go kill herself, not because he was trying to keep track of her, like if she was seeing somebody else or something. I was
doing it for her own good.
Essentially, that's exactly what he was claiming. So her family and the internet will not let this go, even though the police have deemed that that she killed herself. They are now, her family is even going so far as to say that they are going to file some sort of police report or some sort, or not police report, try to find
like a civil
some
suit or
sort of
something like
lawsuit. Yeah, they're hinting at a lawsuit that there was a potential wrongful death involved here because he was such a dirtbag. He was talking to a waitress a month before her death. He's been seen.
And if he was aware that she was going to kill herself in any way, or she made any type of indication like that, and he didn't report it to police, he should be held liable.
You think so?
Yeah, that's like somebody saying to you on the phone, like, I'm going to kill myself, and you don't call the police or report them. I believe you could be held liable.
Well, but you know what? He's covered his tracks in that case because he says that the GPS tracker, if he claims that's the reason why he put it on there, is to make sure that she wasn't going to do that, all that kind of stuff. So, but again, the guy's a scumbag. He was caught 4 days after her suicide having dinner with this woman. Her name is Susie. And apparently
he was grieving.
Yes.
She was comforting him.
Apparently that's what they claim, that it was not any. Did I show the video or did I click back?
Yeah.
I did. Okay, cool.
They were both,
Sorry.
there was glasses of water in front of him. He was doing something on his phone and she looked disgusted by whatever he was doing.
Yeah. So, but apparently the rumor is that this is the worst kept secret in town, is that he and this Susie have been having an affair for quite a while. But again, none of this adds up to anything having, in the end, he's a scumbag. That does not mean it's his fault that she took her own life. She's been known, I believe she was committed once before in like a 5150 kind of situation.
Mm-hmm. Grippy socks.
There you go. So yes, she has a history of mental illness. So again, not defending this guy's actions, he's a complete scumbag. But we're on another situation where, because he was a scumbag, that he's being made out to be a murderer. He's not a murderer. He's just a fucking horny dude who fucking had an affair and fucked someone else. And that doesn't make him, it makes him a bad person for making those bad choices, I would say. But nowhere near.
Oh, I thought you were going to say there was like more details of something else that he did. I was waiting for like the other shoe to drop.
Yes. There was one thing in here, Mikey, that I did leave out. I forgot about this very important point. He allegedly, he had done what some people are saying is would be defined as revenge porn. I guess he supposedly posted a topless picture of her online for like an hour or something like that.
That's punishable by law too.
Right, but I don't think that is a murder charge. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's a murder charge either. I mean, that would be awfully stupid of him to do, and then to kill her. Like, that's just it.
Right.
Obviously, this dude's a little bit more calculated than that, but it obviously, I'm with you. The dude's a complete scumbag.
Yeah, the internet is really trying to hang this guy and get something. You know what I mean? They're trying to find something on him. In fact, they actually found this.
They should be going after the broad that was poisoning her husband, trying to go after her. Jesus Christ.
Here's a crazy video I have of this pastor, actually, Mikey. It's pretty. Hold on one sec. Do I have the wrong? Can I rotate this thing? I can. All right, perfect. Hold on one sec. My video is a little. All right, there we go. Let me zoom out here. All right, so the internet actually was able to unearth this video of this JP Miller guy. And now I don't know when this occurred. I think it was a while ago. And has nothing to do with this chain of events with his wife. But this is a weird ass video. Watch this video. This is the police were called. This is police body cam video of their arrival at a call of a man in distress. And you'll see there's a guy laying on the ground by a truck, and it's Pastor JP Miller.
JP. You all right, man? You okay? Huh? You okay? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter?
I switched my medication. Makes me go crazy.
Is somebody helping you?
The big boy's coming to get me.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was going to see Jesus.
Okay.
I thought I was going to
So
say
you got Mark coming?
Somebody called him, I think.
Okay.
I feel like he has to
So,
Jesus.
Okay, so this goes on for 6 minutes. I mean, he's just laying here, whining, just absolute gibberish. So, and he's just mouthing gibberish about Jesus and blah blah blah. Just having a complete
telling Jesus and seeing Jesus and
just a full blown breakdown. I mean, and then this is a guy that people are going to for advice. This is a pastor. This is the leader of a church, and this is what has happened to him at one point in his life. It's mind blowing. Can you imagine?
everyone loves the story of a redemption. Jesus saved me from that moment.
Can you imagine if you didn't know about that, and you have started going to this church, and you've been telling this guy all your deepest, darkest, whatever,
and giving 10% of your money to and all kinds of shit. Like, God damn.
It would be fucking crazy. I would lose my mind. But so yeah, this guy is the internet's gonna see to it that this guy gets I don't know, internet hung, I guess, or whatever. Well, I don't know. They're fighting for some sort of straight up charges against him. So we'll find out what happens. I've been keeping an eye on it, so I hope you guys keep an eye on that story. Another story I've been keeping an eye on for a while. I haven't talked about this yet because I've been waiting.
I'm going to pee real quick.
Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Let's take a break.
I've been drinking a ton of water today.
I didn't realize how late it is. I'm going to take a break. I got to drink a beer and take a leak anyway. I just thought it was earlier than it is. So, all right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Mike, you go do your thing. Second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. Grab yourself a little drinky poo, a little mokey moke. If you got kids there, throw them in the other room. Show them the video of that guy on the ground going, Jesus, and they can just laugh at that guy because it's fucking ridiculous. So we'll be right back on Another Dumb Show. Hang on. shit. All right, welcome back. I don't know if you, Mikey, could you see Bean Arena in that picture? You see that chunk?
Right before we switched over? Yes.
Look at that ham bone. Look at that ham hock right there. Just a big ass Christmas
Oh,
ham,
yeah.
that little chunky ass dog. She got shaved down today.
She's skinny fat.
She got her summer cut. Bean Arena. Whoppers. Hey. Whoppers. Darla.
She's looking at you. I can see her eye moving.
There you go. Hi, honey. There you are. There's my girl. She looks like she actually kind of looks like a mini Falcor right now, the way she got her haircut, to tell you the truth. It's pretty, just not, yeah, I know. Classic. Anyway, so welcome back to another Dumb Show. Mike, glad to have you back. Before the break, we were talking about men trying to kind of getting screwed over by some women and by the media and the internet. There was another guy.
We're under attack.
Well,
we're being oppressed.
There was another guy.
White males are being attacked all across the United States.
That's right. We are under attack. We can't just be normal. You know, the fact that we're white and we have a dick. We're
all gaslighters. We're all full of toxic masculinity. We're all just giant human pieces of shit. We're the minority in the country now.
Basically, which is fine. I actually don't give a shit about being a minority. I just don't understand why we're the problem. Everything in the world is our fault. Everything bad in the world is white guys' fault.
The reason we're the problem, heavy is the head that wears the crown, my guy.
Okay, there you go. I had a little rant to my mom about this the other day. I don't remember what, I must have just been pissed off, and I was like, yeah, fucking, we're the fucking worst. Oh yeah, we fucking just fucking made everything, but we're the fucking worst.
And we still make everything, and we still run everything, and we still do everything. That's fine. Like I said, it heavy is the head that wears the crown.
No, I mean, there's plenty of women who have contributed to everything. I just asked.
Yeah,
Harrison
all them
Bucker.
women billionaires that got all their fucking money from their husbands and shit. They're all doing real good.
Ask Harrison
Bucker, my hero.
You're here. I
Ordered
knew
the
you were
man's
gonna-
jersey.
I knew you were. Did you really?
No, not yet.
Oh, I thought you did.
I would
Did you
never
know
wear
it's
it. I would know. I would. Yeah, it's #1 selling jersey. Andy Reid's wife came to his defense.
Really?
Yep.
That's interesting. Brittany,
Well, at least there was
B1.
a quote that I read that said that she did, but I didn't see if it was actually cited or anything like that. So
B1 keeps trying. She keeps trying to engage me with this Harrison Bucker thing. And
what's the big deal with what he said?
Well, she doesn't like the gay and trans stuff, which I didn't even.
You mean that
I'm going to be honest with you.
Brainwashing the youth and.
I didn't listen to the speech. I didn't want anything to do with it because I don't care. I don't care about what a punter says. I'm going to be honest with you. He's a punter.
Christian college. He's got Christian values.
Okay. Well, that's
I'm guessing if you interviewed Phillip Rivers or Matthew Stafford, they'd say the same fucking thing.
She did bring
Both big time Christians with 10+ kids.
B1 did bring up a good point though. You are at a college graduation where these women who have just either got a bunch of loans to pay for college, or maybe their family paid for it, who knows. But all this money has been spent on them getting a career. So for you to go up there and say, hey, by the way, you know how you just dumped all this money on your career? Fuck that. You should be in the kitchen making fucking dinner and having babies.
On a career, to what they think is going to be a career. How many people that actually go get a degree end up in their field?
That is a good point, but I will argue there are zillions of women who are more successful than the both of us combined. So I have a hard time.
And I can whoop the shit out of every one of them.
that is well, I don't know. There's some pretty, I don't know. Maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene with her butch blonde body, maybe not.
True that. And I would never lay my hands on a woman. I'm just being fucking funny.
I know.
So lighten the fuck up already.
I know you're not good.
I'm talking
I know
to
you're being
chat.
funny. I know you're being funny. But speaking of that, that's actually the reason I brought this all up is while we've been talking about men getting kind of raked over the coals here, there is a man who deserves to get raked over the coals pretty fucking hard. This fucking Diddy guy.
Piece of shit, Diddley.
What a fucking piece of garbage this fucking guy is. The obviously,
What a-
all these
What a
allegations.
great apology video.
I know. Well, fuck it. Well, here's the reason he had to put out an apology. I'm going to play part of this video. I'm going to stop it before it gets to the actual. I don't think I can even play it on YouTube.
Most people have probably
Yeah.
seen it by this point.
Yeah,
I mean, it's your stereotypical Ray Rice type video. Like,
Well, here,
just
I'll
a
play-
real piece of shit, man.
Here's Diddy at a hotel. This is Cassie in a hallway at a hotel. I'm just going to mute the audio because it's just a lady talking.
And
But
you can tell she left in a hurry too. Like, look, she's
Oh.
barefoot. She was trying to make no noise.
she was boogieing out of there. She was bugging out. She got a hoodie on. She doesn't want anybody to see who she is.
Yeah.
She is just getting the fuck out of there. And then you see her
Not
going
gonna
into the
lie, though,
elevator.
This was me in Tennessee. Without
What-
putting the hands on the girl though.
What do
There
you
was no
mean?
towel.
Oh, you were running down the hallway naked, chasing after the girl, and that's you have that
It might have been,
tattoo.
to be honest with you, it might have been the other way around. She might have been chasing me around with the bottle because she put hands on me a ton.
So
She
what?
beat the shit out of me a bunch.
What happened that night? We actually never got into the story. So you went on a trip to Memphis or
On a
excuse me,
whim
Nashville.
for her
Hold on,
for her
hold on.
30th birthday.
You went on a trip to Nashville with a girl for her 30th birthday. You get to Nashville. And what happens?
Me and this girl have been on and off for like 6 or 7 years. It had always been nothing but just partying and sexual, like
Yeah.
absolute dime piece. It waterworks, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? Like absolutely just chaos. So right around COVID, she was working at the hospital. I was in quarantine. You know, we all couldn't do nothing. She started coming over after work and everything like that. We started kicking it, actually started dating a little bit. Her birthday was coming up around June, and I like had fallen off the wagon, then I completely drinking, like, because she drank all the time, like hardcore, like drank me under a table. So she was like, I want to go to Tennessee for my birthday. I was like, let's go this weekend. I'll take off a day at work. I got family that lives right outside of Nashville. So we hopped in her Jeep. We drank the whole way down, stayed at my family's house. And the next morning we went to Nashville. We went to a very expensive old school whiskey bar. The dinner, I believe, with the 2 whiskey flights that we got, hors d'oeuvres and everything else, I believe the dinner bill came to $1,100.
Whoa.
We had a
That's more than
suite
I've
at
done
a
on
real-
one dinner. Shit, that's a lot. Good for you.
Our one night in the hotel suite, I believe, was $750. It had a beautiful view over Nashville. I mean, a giant bedroom, living room, everything like that. Like, it was dope. We went out, hit the bars early in the day. We got in like 11 o'clock. We had already been drinking since like 9 in the morning. Like I said, she's a professional. I'm a professional. So by the time like 9, 10 o'clock came around, we're at Kid Rock's bar. But Nashville was one of the places that had just been said that was like you know what I'm saying? You can't go to Nashville without. There were states that you said or that you couldn't travel to during
For COVID. Oh, for COVID. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, New York State would say there's states that you can't travel to
Right.
without having to get tested when you come back and stuff like that. So Nashville and Tennessee was one of those states that was still like open to us, but we went there and they had like quasi quarantine rules.
Okay.
So if you're at the bar and if you've ever been to Nashville, it's the biggest bar city in America.
Mhm.
It's a music capital of America. Like,
Is it on Broadway? Is that
dancing,
where
everything.
Kid Rock
Yeah,
Bar is
yeah,
on
yeah,
Broadway? Okay.
Yep. It was the bar right on the corner of Broadway. I can't remember the other street. It's
I've
like
been there.
a 3-story bar.
I got a tattoo across, I think, the street from there. I got my tattoo fucking redone, and not really thrilled with the way he redid it
I
either way.
bet you
But
we got the tattoos at the same fucking place.
at Corey Hart's, or not Corey Hart, Pink's ex-husband's, the motorcycle guy, Pink. Remember Pink?
Jesse? Oh no, not Jesse.
Fuck is his name?
I do
Pink's-
know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name though.
All right, now it's driving me crazy. Pink ex.
Yeah, well you're looking that up. So we're at the bar, loaded at this point. Like, I'm reaching my limit, and she keeps getting up the dance.
Carrie Hart.
Carrie Hart. Okay.
His tattoo shop.
So
is
she
where it's
keeps getting up the dance, and the bouncers keep coming over and say, you have to stay sitting. Like, we can be at the bar, we can enjoy music, we can drink, we can do everything, but no dancing, no close contact. You know what I'm saying? Like, no 6 feet rule or anything like that, but it was like strict, no dancing, no personal contact, anything like that. But she kept getting up to dance and like making problems. And I kept like apologizing to the bouncers and shit like that. And to the point came where they put hands on her.
Oh boy.
And she turned around and smacked the dude in the face. The dude grabbed her by the hair and went to go drag her out of the bar. And me being the big old man that I am,
Mr. Hero,
elbowed the bouncer in the face.
Oh boy.
Right after it happened, I got yoked up from behind in a choke. I bit the guy in the arm, and then boom, I got tased, and I don't remember anything else.
And that was it.
I came to on the curb outside of the bar.
Did you
they were
get
like, just walk away?
Did they tase into you with the gun, or did you get like a full shot
Underneath
across?
my ribs, like right here, dude.
The handheld
they got me
taser?
right in the ribs. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, do I have the video? Oh, I might have forgotten to pull it. I had a video tonight of a guy who got tased.
I've never even seen a bouncer with a taser or anything like that, dude. But they stunned me quick. I don't know. It's Tennessee. For all I know, it could have been a fucking cattle prod.
Hold on. Play this. This is great. This is worth stopping for 2 seconds to play this because I'm so frustrated I didn't pull this, but I'll just full screen it. All right, here we go. There's no audio. So, all right. So you see this guy just gets away from the cop.
Oh.
He's gone. He's out of there, right?
Shoeless.
Nope. Shoeless, so he doesn't have the speed. And then all of a sudden, zoom.
Oh, what a great shot. What a great shot from distance. Holy shit. Yo, he blanked. Look at him.
Oh, yeah. Boom, straight down.
Oh,
so
yo. Dude, his face was about to hit so hard. Play it one more time.
Okay,
his
hold on.
arms go right behind him. Holy shit.
Boom. I wish I had it out. So I wish I had it if we could zoom in. But yeah, isn't that a great video? I fucking laughed so fucking hard when I saw that. It was fucking great.
It's in Atlanta.
There's a Braves
It's
fan.
right
Yeah, so
Braves Stadium. Yeah.
perfect.
So
All right, sorry.
I started leaving the bar or whatever. I started texting her, and then like I'm walking like around the bar, and she was like, "Well, I'm coming. I'm trying to get out of the bar." And as like this bar has like open windows.
Okay.
Like all the windows like outside of the bar are like
I think I
open.
remember. I
So,
think
like,
I was
people-
at that bar. I think I actually remember being in Kid Rock's bar. I was pretty
So
drunk.
like
I
you
think
could
by
like
then, though.
be honest with you, like jump right back into the bar.
Okay.
So I jumped right back into the bar.
Why was she back in the bar? Or?
She never left. She stayed there.
How-
She was
so-
blackout drunk at the time.
So because you
After-
you started biting and causing the commotion, they saw the bigger guy,
All the
forgot
bouncers
about
left
her.
her. She went the other way.
All right. Okay, that makes sense.
So I jump back in the bar. I can't see her anywhere, nothing like that. She says, I'm walking back. So I leave the bar again. I get 3 blocks down the road back to the hotel. She's not there. And then she says, oh, I'm at another bar. Come to this bar. What the fuck? Like the texts are all half garbled. It's 2:00 in the morning. Like, I'm just like, I want to go back to the hotel smashed. You know what I'm saying? You just got me
ripped.
tased, bitch.
You're ripped. She's ripped.
Yeah.
Everyone's ripped.
So I get down to the bar that she says she's at. I look in the window, and there she is fucking making out with some dude.
Oh, no. Fuck. That's not cool. Oh, boy.
So I was like, yo, what the fuck, bitch? And she was like, oh, my God, I'm sorry, blah, 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 whatever. So we started walking back to the hotel. I started berating the bitch, like
Of
just
course.
yelling.
Yeah,
People,
yeah,
guys are like, yo, stop talking to her like that. I was like, shut the fuck up. You don't understand. This bitch is a hoe. Like, I just kept embarrassing her. Like, she's crying hysterically.
Oof.
Her fucking, because she's a huge diabetic, and it's so bad when she drinks, she has an automatic insulin pump on her.
Oh, so that was just going crazy.
So
and
constantly
pumping.
going crazy nonstop. So she's trying to figure out her insulin. She can't figure it out. So what does she do? She rips the whole fucking thing out of her and throws it down the road.
Oh, my God, dude. This is okay.
I was
great.
like, yo,
So-
let's leave this shit alone. You go up to the hotel room. I'll be up in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sit outside and smoke a cigarette with this homeless guy, because the homeless guy outside the hotel, me and him have been talking for a little bit during the day. I had seen him at like 2 different spots, and I was just getting along with him. So I sat outside, smoked a heater with him, and then some dude was driving by, and he kept saying, free samples, girl and boy, free samples, girl and boy. And I was like, oh, shit, I can sober up real quick.
What does that
Girl
mean?
is one thing, boy is another. Boys heroin, girls
Oh,
coke.
really?
So I was like, yeah. I was like, I can get up. I can sober up real quick.
Never
So,
heard that term.
sure enough,
I've
run-
never heard that before.
run-
I feel like
Really?
I feel like I've been around the block and I've never heard that term before.
Oh, dude, that's a very common term. Like if you looked up street term for boy and girl right now, the first thing that pop up was heroin or coke.
It's also another thing.
I'm trying to hang out with a boy right now. I'm trying to hang out with a girl right now. It makes it easier for text messages.
Okay. All right. Noted. All right. So you were trying to hang
So,
out with a girl that
regardless,
night. Wake back
trying
up.
to get something to sober up. Yep, absolutely. She used to get down and party too, everything like that.
Hold on, but for people who don't party or haven't partied, if you are really drunk, and this is going to sound ridiculous, but if you are really drunk, just like sloppy, ridiculous drunk,
Blackout, about to die
Yep.
drunk.
you rip a line of blow, and you will
A
reset.
Gagelhofer.
You reset. It sounds. I mean, you're still fucking wasted, but you're not.
go from being drunk and you can't talk to woo, let's go.
Yep, but you're coherent again. You can walk, talk, interact with people. You're gonna
Drink,
talk a lot.
you
You're
can
gonna
do
talk
whatever.
a lot. You talk a lot. So that's the difference. That's what Mikey says. I'm gonna sober up when I do coke. You're not gonna be sober, but you're going to become not drunk anymore and high on coke.
At this point, I hadn't done hard drugs in 3 years.
Okay.
Like from 2018 to 2021, I had been completely sober off all hard drugs.
Oh wow.
I had only been drinking again for like 2 months, and
So-
just strictly because I was with her. So sure enough, I get to the guy's car, I go to buy whatever, and it's not soft, it's hard. So it's nothing I can sniff. I got to smoke.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I was like, I ain't got nothing to smoke out of. He said, hop in the van real quick, homie. You can get down. So I hop in the van. From what I remember, I hop in the van. I smoke. Then I remember being sober after that.
right.
And I go back upstairs.
So these talking
She's
about
sitting in
smoking crack for people
smoking
who are
some rock. Yeah, smoking some rock. So sobered me up right away. I got out. I went upstairs. She's sitting in the hallway with some girl that's like a neighbor or some shit. And they're drinking my whiskey and pickle juice, and they're doing pickleback shots.
Another hotel person. I missed that part.
Another guest in the hotel. When she went upstairs, she must have been drunk and incoherent and ran into some girl, and then they just started hanging out outside of the hotel room.
Okay.
I didn't realize she couldn't get into the hotel room. I'd been outside for like an hour. She didn't have a key. She'd been texting me, calling me. So I get upstairs. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm feeling a lot better. She was like, you son of a bitch. You kept me locked out of the hotel room, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what? Like, we're all good now. Like, let's just chill. I'll do a shot with y'all. She's like, you're a piece of shit. You kept me out of the hotel room on purpose. I was like, bitch, it's my hotel room.
And I imagine you also then started to go, remember when you were making out with a guy an hour ago?
That didn't happen. You saw it wrong. I wouldn't do that. So obviously she's fighting or whatever. And I was like, whatever. So we go into the hotel room. She says the girl goodbye. We do a couple shots with her or whatever. Dude, as soon as I walk into the hotel room, this bitch takes off her shoe and whops me in the back of the head with it.
Her shoe?
Her shoe.
Oh.
Like the flat part, like the front part of her heel. Like she was hanging on to the heel part of it.
Right. And
whacked me in the back of the head with it.
Jesus.
And I turned around. And the first thing I said to her is, now I know why your ex used to beat the shit out of you. It was in self-defense. Because, like, I'm not kidding. Like, there's been a few times I saw her after her ex beat her up, and it looked like out of a movie. Like, eye swollen shut, like, lip all bloody. Like, I felt bad for her. Like,
Diddy?
Yeah, dude, like, horrible shit. She'd been through some trauma, but she had put her hands on me. Like, this wasn't the first time. This is like the third time she had unprovoked, like, put hands on me and started calling me her ex's name, like some real PTSD type shit.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
So she hit me with the shoe, and I was like, yo, cut the fucking shit out. Like, I'm not going to put hands on you. You're just a bitch. I'm never going to put my hands on you.
That is because B1 has hit me twice. First
I'll never put my hands on a woman. I joke about it and I say that I would do it, but I don't give a fuck who you are. I can take a punch, a kick. You can hit me with whatever you want. You're not going to hurt me.
First time, I didn't deserve it at all. She was out of her fucking mind. She just completely lost her fucking mind. It was after a Rover Fest. She went nuts. And then the second time, I deserved it. I was about to get into a fist fight.
Provoked.
I was about to get into a fight to protect my cousin. And then she was pulling on me saying, "What? Hey, get out of there." She was pulling on me saying, "No,
Girls
no,
should
no,
never
no,
do
no."
that.
Well,
Girls should never do that. If your man's about to get into a fight, do not put hands on him, because chances are your man's not going to know it's you, and you're going to get hit on accident. Whether it's an elbow coming back or something, like don't get involved, please. Women, don't.
She tugged on me and turned around and got my attention and said, "I'm going to leave if you get into a fight." And I said, "Fine, walk, bitch." And she turned around and walked the fuck out. And I looked at my cousin and went, "You're on your own," and walked the fuck out. And chased her with my fucking tail between my legs. Oh, straight up, literally just tail between my legs, chased her out to the car.
At least you didn't get into a fight and catch an assault charge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, she should have gotten the assault charge, because when we got back to the car, she said, "If you ever call me a bitch again," I mean, she slapped me so many fucking times. It was like, so I kind of learned not to talk shit to her anymore after that, the hard way. So, because you don't know, you know, the natural guy in you wants to just be like, you know what I mean? He just wants to just be like, "I'll just punch you in your nose."
Pop shot.
Yep,
Just a little pop shot. Like, just like booping a dog when he does something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, calm down, bitch. Pop, pop.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt you, but I want you to understand you can't hit me. You
send a message. Yeah. Not even like, just like an open hand. You know what I'm saying? Like a boop. Just blop. Just stop it.
Nope, just one to the nose. Just not even a hard one. Just right to the nose. Just one of these. But you can't, obviously. So, but that's your instinct, is you want to just fucking go, "Okay, you're real tiny," especially B1. She's so fucking small. I'd kind of kill her if I did that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So that goes through your mind. But then there's like the other party who's going, "Well, this isn't right, though. You can't just hit somebody because you call them a bitch. You can't do that." You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like, if she calls me an asshole and I go,
put hands on any other human being. Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's the reason girls do it. They're either doing it to provoke, to get you in trouble, or they're going to be the victim when you hit them back. Like, it's a trap game for you.
At the worst that it got with B1 and I, she actually, after the fact, admitted that at one point in one of our fights, she was actually trying to egg me on to actually hit her. She admitted it.
Oh, dude.
That's how fucking...
I had this bitch open the door of her Jeep and roll out of it at 15 miles an hour, saying she was going to call the cops, saying I pushed her out of the Jeep.
I just couldn't believe when she said that. I was like, what? Why would you do that to me? Number one. And number two,
maniacal.
Like, it's crazy behavior. But I think she's come around. So... Anyway, back to guys being assholes. Yeah.
I grabbed her bags, her expensive purse, and her suitcase and everything.
Rewind.
After she hit me,
hit you with the shoe in the back of your head.
Turn around, tell her, "Now I know why your man used to beat you." She hit me with a 2-piece, like closed fist, like hard. Like she hit me hard. And I was like, "Well, you punched like a bitch." You know what I'm saying? Started headbutting her fist when she was punching me, kind of laughing.
Yeah.
And then as she was hitting me, I grabbed her suitcase and shit, and I opened up the door and I threw it all out into the hallway. That girl was still out there with the pickle juice and shit like that. And she was like, "Is everything okay?" And I was like, "Nah, this bitch needs a place to stay." And she went outside to go grab her purse. And as soon as she did, I closed the door and locked the latch.
Yeah. So how did it get to a point where she was chasing you naked or vice versa?
I ended up opening the door again.
And she came back in, and
I tried to let her back in. I jumped in the shower, and I figured like she would calm down, I guess. I don't know. I started drinking again. She was crying outside the door. I let her, I opened the door, kind of had a towel on, and as soon as I opened the door, hit me again.
Oh boy.
And this time I dropped the towel and was like, "I'm gonna get you, bitch." and
then,
just chased her down the hallway so she'd run away.
And this
and
is
then
where
I went
we
back to the
pick
hotel
up.
room and barricaded myself in the hotel room. She ended up having to get a hotel room at 3:00 in the morning. It cost her $500 because that's all they had left. And And then I don't remember anything after that until about 11:30 in the morning. And she had called, well, I guess at 3:00 in the morning, I went through my Rolodex on my phone, called everybody in AA, called my fucking father, called my uncle, called all my best friends, told them that I was going to kill myself in the hotel room.
In, huh?
No. The liquor kicked in. I had another 1.5 liters of fucking Fireball. I just started hammering.
Oh boy. So everybody's talking you off the ledge.
Drunk, talking me off the ledge, everything like that.
Were you serious or were you were
I don't know if I was serious or not.
Yeah.
I heard one of my friends recorded the conversation, like has like a phone recording of me talking on the phone, and it is so it doesn't even sound like me.
Awful. Sounds like me.
I am just so blacked out. Just
sounds
gone.
like me in 197. Just
11. Yeah, dude, 11:30 in the morning. It's half an hour past checkout. I'm laying on the floor. They've got the door like open to the point where it's like, you know what I'm saying? That just so like the locking latch thing is you know, the door can open like an inch. And I hear my uncle yelling my name, and I kind of like come to, and he was like, "Open the door, Mike. They're getting ready to call the fire department." Blah 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 blah. Completely blackout drunk. I opened up the door and I started crying right away because I realized what had happened.
Yeah, of course. You're like that guy on the ground.
Like, how is
I thought I was going to see Jesus.
I was like, how is she? You know what I'm saying? Last night got crazy. She was like, she's downstairs ready to go home. I was like, well, I need a ride home. She was like, no. He was like, no. She said she's going to drive home with you. Like last night just got out of hand. And I was like, what the fuck?
No, I can't shake my head because I feel like I've lived these kind of nights too, where then the next day you just act like nothing ever happened and you just drive back home or whatever.
14-hour drive home. I pack up all my shit. My uncle goes to grab the bottle of liquor for me. I hit it 2-3 times just to take the edge off again. Me and her hop in the car. We kind of hug it out, talk for a minute. You know, after being on the road for 20 minutes, we stop at our first liquor store and grab another handle of Fireball.
Immediately stop at Fireball too. Jesus Christ. How do you not throw up?
That was the summer of Fireball.
How do you not throw up drinking that?
Hey, dude, I don't throw up when I drink no more.
Really? You're that bad. Like you'd gotten that far that it so that stops.
Yeah, there was no puking. Like I could that stops. You can drink through that.
If you get to a point, if you puke and rally enough, eventually you'll stop puking. Really?
Yeah, you just keep getting drunk. Yeah. Like if I were to go back to drinking right now, I could just hammer liquor and just like shot after shot after shot after shot. Like there's no point where I'm going to go like, it's not going to come back.
Dude, I immediately would gag on any shot. First thing, boom. First shot, I can
take a little pint bottle of Tito's and just drink it like it's a Coca-Cola.
I was one of these dudes where I would do a shot at a bar and puke on the floor where nobody would see it.
That was me. I used to do that. Absolutely. All the time.
All the time. I used to do that all the time. I'd bend over like I was going to tie my fucking shoe and just and pop right back up.
But yeah, no, you eventually get past that.
Wow.
So yeah, we drove all the way back home. Her birthday present was there. We smashed a couple more times and I never talked to her again. Now she's married and sober.
Good for her, I guess. Wow. Well, I don't know where Cassie is right now, but this is what happened with Diddy and Cassie. That's what brought all this up. So it started off with her walking down the hallway, and I'm going to stop it before it gets to the actual, the shit that happened that goes down because, I don't need to play that, and I don't think YouTube will let me play it anyway. But that's P. Diddy. That's Sean Diddy Combs, Sean P. whatever the fuck you call him anymore. Running down a hallway in a towel, chasing after Cassie. And you've probably seen this footage by now, but if you haven't, I mean, honestly, this is just crazy behavior, dude. And all of my, it scares me a little bit because it also it scares me, but it's very calming to me because on one hand, I could see myself have done this.
I was just about to say, like, you should be able to see that as a possibility with the shit that's, I mean, not now because you've calmed down and you don't drink the way you used to and you don't party the way you used to, but like that should look like a very real situation based on what you guys have had happen in the past.
I don't get as angry as I used to about stuff. I still get angry.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I don't go like before I put the towel on and run out of the fucking hotel room like Diddy is right here. Before that, in the past, that moment would have happened. Now I just would get to a point where I would be like, she wants to fucking leave, fucking go. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I would be like, I'd be like, fuck it. I'll just, especially if I had some weed. I would literally just be like, I can fucking close the door, smoke some fucking weed, and fall asleep, and everything will be fine tomorrow, because she'll either come back, or I'll grovel and she'll come back, or I'll chase her down, and then we'll end up being
Cooler
fine.
heads prevail. You don't need to solve everything or figure everything out in the moment. 9 times out of 10, you just need that break to just like cool out and then talk about it later before it gets all toxic and shit like that.
And honestly, dude, like, I wish, like, because that was when B1 and I had our biggest fight, was when after an event, the bride and groom wanted me to kind of party with them, and I knew B1 was there, and so I fucking kind of took advantage of it, and I drank too much, and we got into a huge fight when we got home, to the point where she was like, I'm just going to leave for a little bit. I'm going to go stay at my mom's. And I said, fine, you want to leave? And that's when I threw all her fucking shit out.
Yep.
And so that was when that was before I was kind of like, I've been through I've been going through actual anger management, but since then I got medicated, and I got,
before you turned over a new leaf, man. You have situations like that, and it ends up being a type of rock bottom for you. Like that was like the last straw. Like after that, like there was no more drinking. That's when I got right into the gym after me and her split up, and didn't drink again for like 18 months until I was coming off the steroids and going crazy.
Yeah. So thankfully it didn't escalate to where thankfully we're not complete pieces of shit. We're just jerks.
No.
It just didn't lead up to what you're about to see there. So you see Diddy walks up, and then he grabs her by the back of her. Yeah, he grabs her I wouldn't say grab. He kind of hits her in the back of the head.
Punches her, like hits her in the back of the head, grabs her by the hoodie, and fucking caveman's the bitch.
Yeah, he throws her down on the ground, picks up her, kicks her, then picks up her bags, kicks her again, drags her now
down the way.
By the clothes down the hallway. This poor freaking woman, I can't. Have you seen her, by the way?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that. Like, even if you're the ugliest fucking woman on the planet, you don't deserve this. I mean, obviously, but
nobody deserves that. No human in the world deserves that.
Nobody does.
It's unacceptable behavior. Like, even me yelling the way that I was and provoking that girl the way that I was, nobody deserves to be talked to that way. Like, I was disgusted with myself. Like, that was probably one of the lowest points of my life.
I could understand that. I mean, but Jesus Christ. I mean, this girl is just absolutely fucking.
And I love that I have a reminder on the back of my arm all the time. People are like, why do you have Tennessee tattooed on you? So many customers ask me all the time.
Look at this chick. Look at this girl. This is a fucking gorgeous ass girl. I mean, fucking how could you even, like, just as a connoisseur of beautiful women, like I like, at no point, as mad as she's ever made me, like when she was trying, like admittedly trying to get me to do that, like I look at her face and think, oh, that's just too pretty to even potentially
look at the shit Johnny Depp went through with Amber Heard and how hot she was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true. There's but in the end, this guy, I mean, it sucks too. The LAPD came out and said that we can't. It happened so long ago, we actually can't do anything about it, which is the most ridiculous fucking thing in the world if it's caught on fucking camera. Like, I get it if it's his word versus hers, or their word, like I was an altar boy.
That's why they released it, because they know they can't charge him with anything, and they're still trying to slander his character. And if they have that video, like how come it's been months and we haven't seen anything they found in this dude's house?
That's why I haven't said anything about it. That's why I haven't talked about Diddy yet at all, because I was waiting for.
There's no point.
Yeah, there was no story. There was no story. It was just they raided his house. There were allegations that that he was recording famous people in compromising situations, and then it just went away. And then this video came out over the weekend. And then Diddy, actually, he came out on Instagram, which I haven't actually watched this apology yet, so I'm interested to see what this. And by the way, I have always thought of Diddy as a bitch.
Yep.
Like, always. Always.
I always thought he was a Fanuc. You know what I'm saying? Just a little limp wristed. Like I never thought the dude was like a true gangster or anything like that.
Yeah, he's just a
I thought his
poser.
music was corny. He was just a backup dancer that ended up catching some luck.
I'm not gonna lie, I loved his music back when it was the Biggie stuff, when Biggie died, all the police song, all that stuff. I fucking loved all that. I was all in on Puffy.
See, that's a little bit before my time. Like for me, it was like I heard it was when it was Bad Boys for Life and shit like that, and I thought, that was corny.
No. Yeah, that is corny. But like Mo Money, More Problems, all the other, all the other Mace and Diddy and Biggie stuff was fucking fun. But I was a West Coast guy. I was a Tupac guy. So while I appreciated Biggie because he was a great rapper and he just made some good music,
you couldn't take his side because you were on Tupac's side.
Well, I did take a side. I took Tupac's side. And always,
that's what I'm saying. So you couldn't respect. You could like the music a little bit, but you were always going to be on Tupac's side.
Yeah, well, when Suge Knight came out at I think it was the BET Awards, and he said, if you want to be in our crew and have do your videos where you don't have to have your producer, talking about Puffy being in Biggie's videos, saying if you don't want your producer in your videos, come over to Death Row and we'll take care of you. That's like, I don't know, that's like that's where when the beef started was within that moment, really. Like that's when they finally, it went live. When it went
public to the outside world. I think
the black
community a little bit.
The black community knew about it. Now all the white people found out about it. So that's when it crossed over at that point, and the beat, Hit 'Em Up came out and all that shit. So I was totally all about Tupac, and I always thought Puffy, just like you said, while I liked those poppy rap songs, I always knew he was a fucking cornball. So here he is doing his apology after this video came out. Oh, and that's after the fact that he, real quick before I play the apology video, I want to put this up. This is he posted this on 12/6/23, right after all of the allegations and stuff about him came out. He posted, it says, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs." Okay, then that video came out. The one that we just showed you.
Real well.
That is literally what the entire internet said. I saw so many comments and so many people replying to that saying literally that exact phrase. That aged real well. And here now is his apology post that video coming out. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Instagram video.
Did it happen? Hold on. I can just pull up the actual Instagram video. Sorry about that. Why did that happen? That's weird. Why did that? I used a different site to stop that from happening. That's the first time it's happened since I did that.
Sabotaged.
I don't know why. Yeah, it's weird. All right, so let's see. Computer volume up. Let's get this big here. Oh, what? I just closed it. Hold on. God damn it. Sorry, guys.
Speaking of scumbags, and I don't think this person is a scumbag. I think he was just a troubled human being. That I watched that Kevin Spacey documentary, and I think it's all bullshit.
I gotta watch it. He did a live interview with Chris Cuomo on News Nation.
Yep.
And I watched a little bit of that, and it's hard because he's an actor. He's one of the greatest.
Watch the
actors.
documentary. I want to know what you think after you watch the documentary and you hear the testimony of all these people and how very, very eerily similar and coached they all sound.
Okay. All right. I'll check it out then. But here is Diddy in his apology. I think this will work. Why is there no audio?
Oh, click the bottom right button. It's muted.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Do you know how to use the internet, Sean? All right. Here we go.
On the darkest times in your life, sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Okay, so that was Diddy's half-assed apology there.
Yep.
I'm assuming he put out an actual, probably, like actual press release. Wouldn't it make more sense to have a professional PR firm put together
I
some
don't
sort
believe
of
he
package?
has a PR firm or any type of help like that anymore. I don't think anybody will touch him with a 10-foot pole.
No, there's companies that are designed specifically for damage control. That's all they do. Is damage control.
Watch that Kevin Spacey documentary. Nobody would touch him. No PR firms, no agencies, no nothing. Just hung him out to dry.
Totally different than, I used the wrong term. PR and agencies are totally, they will hang you out to dry.
That's what I said. That's what I said. No PR firm or anything would have anything to do with Kevin Spacey.
That's why I misspoke. There are companies who are designed specifically to rebuild a reputation.
I agree, but I think there's in some situations though that companies like that look at somebody like him and all the allegations and everything going on and say there's absolutely nothing we can do. We cannot be affiliated with this person. Like exactly what happened to Kevin Spacey.
But no, it's like your PR, your agency and your PR company would be like, okay, we are done with you. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Go over to Joe Blow's fucking reputation cleanse shop, and this is where it starts, and this is what you say to, like, there you get coached and taught how to rebuild yourself. So what he's doing now is part of that. So the company he hired, Kevin Spacey, probably said, disappear for about a year and a half. 18 months.
And then come back out on Christmas of 2023 as Frank Underwood cooking in your kitchen and make a statement that way?
Maybe.
The most fucked up video ever.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't remember that video, to tell you the truth.
Dude, he released a video like 2 years after the allegations of him in character cooking chicken and he was in character as Frank Underwood talking about people coming after him, and you know who I am, and
his House of Cards
3-minute
character,
video.
the Netflix show House of Cards, Frank Underwood.
Yes, he was in character as that for the entire speech.
Jeez, what a fucking weirdo. Okay, well, maybe that's
anyways, but coming
whatever
back to
company
this,
that hired him
could be a PR.
Whatever company he hired, maybe not a good company. I didn't say they're all good, but that's their job. You know what I mean? It's kind of rebuild after you get canceled, and they don't like, these companies aren't like out there and known, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? They're working behind the scenes, so they don't get any connection to these canceled people. They just say, all right, these are the words
Understandable.
you're gonna say.
Yeah, there's got to be consultants and shit out there that know how to, work with situations like this and try to salvage what they can.
So exactly. So somebody, I guarantee somebody didn't say, hey, Diddy, go on Instagram and from a cabana in a linen shirt or whatever. I don't know what he's
in
wearing.
Bali,
Bali.
Where it seems to be where Meek Mill is right now too. Kind of weird.
Oh, what a weird coincidence. They're butt fucking each other, allegedly.
Yeah, Russell Simmons.
Something like that. But so that's so Diddy's got all these allegations for years that he's gay or whatever. But I mean, he's beating the crap out of women. I don't care if he's gay or not. You can fuck all the dudes you want. I don't give a shit. But you start beating on women.
I think the dude just an absolute power hungry scumbag.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. I hope he gets everything that's coming to him. I really hope that I don't.
I want something to actually come out. Like Epstein's list, Epstein's videos, Diddy's list, Diddy's videos. We don't hear nothing. Ghislaine Maxwell's. We never get any information. And all these people have all the information and all the dirt on powerful people and all of Hollywood. And we just never hear about it.
Well, it seems like it's starting to leak out. It's all these people over the since the Me Too with Harvey Weinstein and not but I guess he just got that shit all got reversed, which is so fucking weird. I don't even is that guy in jail anymore? He's out. Is Weinstein out now?
I don't know if he's out, but I know they
another...
reversed some of the charges.
Yeah,
he was convicted in 2 different states, New York State and California, I believe. But one of the states, I believe, reversed it.
Anyway,
so he's still serving time for something.
So there's all the Me Too stuff that went down. But you don't need Me Too. I don't understand. I will never understand. And it's not for me to understand, I guess, but I will never understand people who, women in particular, or men, I guess, who are going through repeated bouts of domestic violence and just don't get out. Especially in this day and age where it is just so easy to get away from. Well,
and people that are in the public spotlight like that.
Especially that. I was going to say, like, if you live in some rural-ass town in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of fucking Kentucky or something, and you live in the boonies in the bottom of a holler or something, and some fucking guy is just beating the shit out of you, and you literally don't have a car, you have nothing, the next closest place is miles and miles away. I can understand
Imagine these women that are with these powerful men, these all-powerful rich men that have been with them for years, and in every like narcissistic list and everything like that, they have checked all the boxes. They have completely isolated them from all of their friends, all of their family, everything in their entire life. So when the girl does go, you know what, I am going to leave, he makes sure, and he has already secured the fact that every friend that she has, every family member is all related to him and under his control. So like she gets blacklisted and her only thought is, I'm going to be homeless on the street, or somebody from his crew is going to beat the shit out of me. And you know what I'm saying? Like these people actually get like, it's like kidnapped. So they have like Stockholm syndrome.
I didn't think about the power part of it in that, there's so much he could do to her in her mind. Necessarily, you know what I mean? Like and like, but I just think about it. Like you live in New York City. P Diddy beats the shit out of you on a Monday night in New York City. Can't you walk downstairs and find a cop in like 5 minutes? Aren't there fucking cops everywhere in fucking New York City? Like, isn't that like this the thing? There's just like fucking. At least
then
in
it
the
becomes
movies,
his word against her word. Then it becomes a his word against her word type of deal. He's got 5 homeboys in the house that are all alibis, and women in the house that are alibis that are stating that we don't know what happened. She's the one that went nuts. She did this. She did that. God, and then it becomes his word against her word. So she is trapped regardless.
That's horrible. That's fucking fucked.
Like
fuck
trapped,
that guy.
Trapped.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Fuck anybody that uses their power like that. Like that is like it's worse than it's like kidnapping. It really is. It's stripping somebody of all their basic human rights and just having a pet that you can abuse and do what you want with. Like it's horrible.
Oh man,
it's like the same thing when you watch like the R. Kelly documentary and shit like that, and the way those girls were stripped of everything and anybody and completely forced out of their lives, and then left to the point where they had nothing and nowhere to go.
Yeah, I guess I'm simplifying it, just saying, why don't you just get away? I mean, I guess I didn't really think about all those different aspects of the whole thing. So, you know what? That's a pretty heavy ass subject, Mikey. And you know how we should end the show? Yep. Not on a heavy subject.
No, we shouldn't.
We ran out of time on the death thing, the death calculator, so we'll have to get that another night. But I do have 4 Local Frank at 9:00 at night. 4 Local Frank, you're on another
I'm
dumb
excited.
Show. What's up, dude?
Hey, Dom, how's it going, man?
I'm great, dude. How are you?
You want a palate cleanser from all this idiot P. Diddy talk?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
All right, so my dumbass ex-wife accidentally backed into her garage door while it was down, right? So I went over to help her figure it out. And I went in through the the main garage door, and I got it to move where it would go up and down. And then I couldn't see anything because it was dark in there. The light didn't work. And I'm like, give me your phone so we can use the flashlight. And I got it at least hooked back up to the thing. And then I go to walk out the van door, and she's like, well, just jump. And I'm like, well, no, that's like a 8-foot puddle. Fell on my face in a puddle.
No.
Okay. So for
Trying
those
to
of you,
jump, so trying to jump over a puddle, leaving the garage, you did not make the jump, and you landed on your face.
well, Mikey, you and I remember this story. Other people might not remember. At one point in time, Frank was seeing a chick. He backed his car into her garage door, damaged the garage door. That was really the last.
No, not me.
Wait, what?
Not
No.
me.
He
I've
says
never
his
backed
stupid
into
ex-wife
anybody's garage door.
backed into her own garage door and called him to fix it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, my bad. I forgot about that. Okay, so the ex-wife or the ex-chick or whatever, she backed into the garage door. 4 Local Frank shows up to save the day. He goes in through the side door. They get the door open, but you can't really get out of the door because there's a huge puddle in the way. She tries to get you to jump the puddle. You try to jump the puddle, and you end up face first in the puddle.
With her phone.
Good. Sweet revenge. Sweet fucking revenge for trying to get you to jump a puddle.
Completely soaked.
What tastes better, Frank? The puddle water or Four Loko?
For a logo for sure. Puddle water tastes like fucking your ass, Mikey.
Frank, how did Nugget Man wants to know?
You wish, buddy.
Nugget Man said it's a little hard to hear you, but he wants to know were you able to get the door to go back up and down after she backed into it? Did you just like did you push the dents out and connect it back to the thing?
No,
How'd you do it?
I got it to go down, and then we couldn't get it to go back up. That's why I had to go out the man door over the big ass puddle.
When you drink the Four Locos,
When I
it's hard
went
to
to
get
step
back up.
down, there was one step, and that one step, when I looked at it again, it's all green and covered in moss and ivy and shit. And as soon as I stepped on that, my feet went out from underneath me, and I ended up in a puddle.
Down you went. There you go. All
And
right.
she laughed and laughed and laughed. You know, which I can't blame her. I guess
That's what
if I
they
was
do.
her and she was me,
give you
I
a
would have
piece
been
for the
laughing
road,
my
Frank?
ass off too.
I was gonna say, did you get a little?
What's that?
Did you at least get some action afterwards for fixing her door and getting all wet? Did you take a
I
shower?
was completely soaked and pissed off.
She didn't let you in the back
there
door
wasn't
again?
enough.
Oh, I would have literally. I would have said.
loved to get some back door, but no.
I would have said you are giving me a beach. You are giving me a beach for this. Is what I would have said. If nothing else, I'm not leaving here without a beach. All right, Four Local Frank.
That cleanses the palate, right? At least
Very
we
good.
can
Yes, it
enough
does.
with the beating women stuff.
I appreciate it. I'm glad that you didn't beat her after she laughed at you when you fell in the puddle.
No,
dude.
you just
Good.
you just beat yourself
No,
up.
I'm saying enough with the beating Puff Daddy stuff.
No, I know that was my out right there. All right, Frank, I love you, bro.
Hey,
Have a
Dom,
good night,
have a
Frank.
good one.
You too, bro. That's funny. Brett is asking at Another Dumb Show, who was texting you? I actually got this big long text from somebody who said they were honking at me on the freeway today, trying to get my attention because they wanted to talk to me about a job or something. So I have to see
And they have your actual phone number to text you, or they texted the show?
my actual cell phone number. So I've
So this is somebody you know, or they
never seen it before.
just
in
a
my life.
random number text?
I
you,
haven't
they're like,
really-
Hey, I was.
Yeah, I haven't
That's
really
weird.
read the whole the text to say does some like it so and so gave me your number or anything like that. I haven't 100% read the whole thing, but I just kind of scanned it and saw something about honked at you, potential job, and then I put it down to get back to this. So could be good news, could be weird news. I have no idea. I don't know. Who knows how they got my number? I don't know. It's out there. It's out there. I'm sure if
Yeah.
people want to find it. It's out there. So that's who was texting me. So who knows? Maybe there's a huge job opportunity waiting in my phone for me after the show. You never know. So I'm actually more concerned about my weed dealer. So be honest with you, just about it getting here. You know what I mean? That's more.
I
What
thought you were
about.
like physically like concerned about him, like he had been missing, or like you hadn't been able to get a hold of him in days or something like that.
No. He's good. He was man, he had some fucking fire the other day, man. Phew, man, I couldn't believe it was from the street, dude. I'm getting actually a little nervous.
I'm done with the dispensaries. I found a cheap Connect again. I'm getting ounces for $85.
I was just about to say the opposite. I'm worried because I actually found my first actual news story where they actually tested and found fentanyl in street weed.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. Freaked me out. I was like, it made me not want to get.
Yo, get me homeboy's number though.
Yeah, you can only imagine. No, but seriously, because like I know my dude like tries it out. I'm sure he's, I don't know if he's always trying it out before me. But he might, because there's times where he's come to my house, he's gone to see his dude, and he's like, hey, he calls it a ruler for my scale. He's like, yo, can I use your scale? Can I use your ruler? So I know he's just come from his dude's house. So he's weighing one out for me. So he's never.
And there's no way to test weed either. I mean, because it can be in one nugget as opposed to other. It's not like testing a bag of powder where if you have the powder all shooken up and all breaking up, it's distributed equally, and you can test for everything.
It's crazy. So I'm a little nervous about getting it off the street. I'd like to move to strictly dispensary, but just too expensive. I'm not gonna lie.
It is, dude. I'm saving so much money getting this bud cheap. I'm getting 4 quarters of 4 different types of bud for $85 for a full ounce. I can't pass that up.
Well, it's awesome. Well, I know you're coming here next month, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Only one time now. What the fuck?
I know that does suck. I mean, maybe you still come because. I mean, you could still come, just kick it if you just want to come for the weekend. Just come hang out. We can do something or something. Shit.
I already had the time off, and I picked up a bunch of side work.
Oh, you did? All right, never mind then. All right, good. So you're good. At least you covered that. So that's good stuff.
Yeah, I got to see when he's coming in October.
Oh, for people to know what we're talking about, we're supposed to go see Adam
Ray's comedy show. Yeah,
I think we're going in July,
June. It was back-to-back weekends. We're seeing
Cam
Patterson on the 13th, and then Adam Ray on the 20th, I believe.
All right, and then so Adam Ray's got canceled because he's doing all these Dr. Phil shows. But by the way,
he's doing Fully Loaded as Dr. Phil. I know what you're about that.
I saw a video. I should just fucking pull it up. I'm just gonna pull it up. I saw
not the video I sent you, right?
I don't think you sent it to me. I don't think you did.
You never responded to that one I sent you, and I said I had to share this.
All right. I don't think it was you.
Of Ari?
No. How
ballsy was that, though? Ari coming out with his full dick and balls hanging out of a Kobe jersey in the LA Forum, making jokes about helicopters for a minute.
That was hilarious. All right, hold on. Here we go. I can't believe you haven't seen this. Okay, this is from Adam Ray, a comic we were just talking about here. And make sure the video volume turned on. He does an impersonation of Dr. Phil. And so he's going around doing, and it's really funny. It's unique. It's not just straight up like I'm Dr. Phil. It's off the wall kind of humor. It's very funny. But
right here.
This is the video I saw yesterday of his live show. Now I can't tell if this is a Kill Tony. I don't think it is. But okay, so Dr. Phil. I mean, this is from Sandra Lee. You know Sandra Lee, the Pimple Popper. Dr. Pimple Popper?
Oh, I've seen this. This is on the next episode.
Here we go. Here is
that
Adam
he does
Ray.
live because he does Dr. Phil live.
Well, don't blow it. Here it is. Here's the video of Dr. Phil live with Sandra Lee, Dr. Pimple Popper.
I don't want to fucking.
Look at his face.
All right, now here's where it gets good. that's it.
There's no way. There had to be an edit there.
Of course. I actually think that it was very good. That was very funny. I think that was a makeup thing on his neck. I don't
It
think
had
that
to have been, dude. I hope to God it was.
Here's just like a
Didn't look
still
like
of
it,
it.
though.
Here's a still of it. If you look at this still, it almost does look like it a little bit because you see how far down, like the weird skin goes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
And
it
that
just
dude's not even wincing. He hasn't been numbed or anything.
right. And how the fuck does a piece of macaroni get in there? I mean, let's be honest. And
What?
see how that just popped?
It looked like. Oh yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. But I didn't think it was a piece of macaroni. I thought it was like a worm or something, dude.
Dude, it's a piece
Because that
of
looks just like the videos.
Bro, it's a piece of macaroni and cheese. It's a Kraft macaroni.
Oh, I did, dude. I was literally dry heaving and covering my eyes when this was happening the first time.
Wrong one. Sorry. Yeah, no, that's
Okay, I feel better now. Okay.
yeah, but I didn't like at first it didn't dawn on me I was watching something fake. I really thought I was seeing something real. And then I went back and kind of watched it because honestly, how the fuck does a piece of macaroni get in there? I mean, it's like how would a piece of macaroni get in somebody's neck? It's got to be fucking. And think about how gross that would be once it came out. It wouldn't be as normal looking as it was. It would be all gooey and like when you grab
haven't you
it.
seen Dr. Have you watched that show before? Have you watched any of her videos? Like there's some shit that she pulls out that look like macaroni, but it's like a hard yellow fucking like plug that she pulls out.
That's usually the sack, though. You know what I mean? Once she pops it, then she digs in and gets that sack, and that sack kind of looks like that. But yeah, that was some good shit right there. Very, very.
You haven't
funny.
watched any of his Dr. Phil lives yet? Like they're on YouTube. He does them. The last one he did was with Jelly Roll. Shit. There's a bunch of them, dude. If you just search Dr. Phil live on YouTube, they're hour-long episodes where he just interviews people as Dr. Phil and does crowd work. They're fucking hilarious.
All right. Well, speaking of, we got to wrap things up. I didn't realize how late it is. I don't know if
Kill Tony's on.
I do believe I have a baseball game Wednesday. So we'll try to aim for a live show either tomorrow or Thursday. Because I have a wedding. So actually, you know what? We'll probably aim for tomorrow because I got a wedding on Friday.
Okay, good. I was about to say, because I can't be here on Friday. I've got ketamine therapy at 5, and there ain't no way I'll be lucid enough to do a show.
Damn it. I can't believe I forgot to pull this video. Oh my God. I watched a video today on Instagram. I'm so mad at myself I forgot to pull it. There's a guy who from South Africa, he breaks his ankle. And in South Africa, they'll give you ketamine when they set your bone because you dissociate. You don't. You know, it's not. It's an anesthetic. Yeah, it's an anesthetic dissociative. So when he takes this fucking ketamine, this dude literally sits back and he starts going, "Woo, yeah, baby, woo,
oh
yes, wow." Dude. Woo! And it goes on for 20 fucking minutes of this guy doing this.
Especially if you've never been high or anything like that before, dude. Like my last ketamine trip, I went deep, dude. I was in feudal Japan and I could hear the fucking music and I could feel the flowers over my hands, dude. It was an unreal trip, my last ketamine trip.
That's crazy. And that's paid for? That's your insurance pays for that?
No, I pay out of pocket for that.
Oh, I was gonna say, what do I gotta tell them to get that to happen? What's wrong with me to get that to happen?
I mean, yeah, to be honest with you, no, no.
I'm just
never
kidding.
mind. I'm not gonna recommend anybody doing ketamine without the guidance of a doctor.
A shaman?
No, an actual therapist.
Yeah, I'm just
kidding. An
LCAT. So tomorrow, so what did I say? Tomorrow, yeah, let's aim for tomorrow.
Right.
And we will talk about Terrence Howard on the Joe Rogan Experience. If you've not watched this, if you've never watched Joe Rogan and you like watch this, force yourself to get through it like I had to do.
Force yourself through the first 10 minutes. That's all you really got to do.
The first 10
Everything
minutes,
after that's not bad.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. I got a lot to say about old Terrence Howard. So we will be back live tomorrow, Mikey. I love you. I will see you
Love you
soon.
too, buddy.
Have a great day at work tomorrow, bro. Adios.
All right, bud.
See you, dude. Alrighty, guys. That is going to wrap things up for us tonight. Thank you guys for sticking around so long. I know we went a little bit late, so thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Sorry again, we've been off, for the last, I think, 5 days now. So I do appreciate those of you who are loyal to the show and you come sticking around and you have your notifications turned on. If you're new to the show or you're just watching and you don't have your notifications turned on, make sure you have those turned on. That way you know when we'll go live, because my schedule is crazy now with weddings, my son's baseball games. So I'm kind of a little bit all over the place with the schedule for the show and everything. So keep those notifications turned on. Keep an eye out for the posts. Oh, by the way, big apology for not posting on Friday. I started writing a draft for it. I got distracted doing something else. I don't even remember what it was. And I never finished the post. And by the time I got to it, Mikey had texted me and said, "Hey, what's going on?" And so I'm really sorry. I feel like a fucking asshole. So for not posting on Friday, then we weren't live. But we will be back live tomorrow. Make sure you have your notifications turned on, and that's it. I'm out of here. See you.